Hi everybody, Hardin here, and I'm putting up two videos tonight. I know I've kind of slacked off on my videos, and I'm sorry about that, but the first one will be about being a CNA. I did that a little while ago, and it was kind of a somber night. Lost a resident I was close to, so you'll see how somber and how sober my mood is in that video. But this one's about business. I want to hurry up and get into it without delay. Now, there's a magazine I've been looking at since the mid to the late 1980s. It's been around that long. And if you had asked me back then what I recommended, the only thing I would have said to you back then about this magazine is that get it for its business articles from the writers and the editors, but don't get it for the advertisements that are in there, because back in those days they ran a lot of what is called blind ads. And what blind ads are, in case you don't know, is they hype a really quote-unquote great product, but they don't tell you what the product is. What they do when they start off a blind ad, they start telling you about how great their life is. And you'll see somebody pictured in front of a fancy car. It could be a Porsche, it could be a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce. I've seen them all. And they were in front of their big fancy houses. They talk about how they got the big fancy car, they got the $1.5 million, $2 million home. All that great stuff is what they're telling you. And that's how the blind ad leads off. What blind ads do, they don't tell you the product. They're directed towards two things about the human psyche, human nature, and human character. And those two things are this, and keep this in mind about a blind ad. They are fantasy and curiosity. And that's what they're geared to. Now, my recommendation on blind ads before I go any further, don't answer one. I did this many years ago, 3 or 4 times, and every time I came out of it disappointed. It was garbage products I never should have wasted my time with. But back to the magazine. So back then I wouldn't have recommended this magazine. I wouldn't even have talked about it to you, except to say, pick it up off the newsstand, pick it up off the magazine rack, read the articles by the writers, and then put it back. But today it's a lot different. And the name of the magazine? Small Business Opportunities. Here's the July 2010 issue. And here is the summer 2010 issue. Yes, they're both out. You can get both. Now, I recommend them now because a lot of the business opportunities that are in there are very legitimate. It'll put you in contact with those with vending machines. Here, let me open up the summer 2010 issue. One of the things that you can get in here, if you want a drop shipper for electronics to start your own name brand electronics business, well, there's one in here. It's, let me show you. Okay, and because I'm showing you this, I'll probably go ahead and put their link in the description so that you have it, so you can go right to the link, not have to worry about, wondering, okay, you just showed this to us, so where's the link? How do I get in contact with them? I'm going to go ahead and give you that link because it is here. And there's that. A lot of great articles. Here's a great article they put up. Be Your Own Boss. They're really up on date on things. So it's a lot different now than it was way back when I first started looking at it. So I can recommend it now. Here, look, bring joy to kids. Those bounce houses? You can get involved in business with bounce houses. They give you a contact for that. So there's a lot of legitimate businesses in here now. It's not like it used to be. And if some of you ever looked at this magazine back in 1988, like I started, and then through the 90s, there's a lot of blind ads, and there's a lot of stuff in here that was garbage. You say, okay, why did the magazine run that? Because the magazine they have a legal disclaimer in here. It's in small print, and it's here on it's in here on where it lists all your editors, your publisher, production director, all that stuff right there. It is down here in small print, but they did list, and they've always listed the legal disclaimer, and they don't go out of their way to endorse any one product. But again, I can recommend the magazine now because it is so much better than it used to be. I wouldn't have done this back in 1988, probably through 1999. I may not have done it because I've seen a lot of changes in it now, and I always buy it. I always read it. There's a lot of things in there that I'm going to try. like I said, you need involved with vending machines, but you know what? Those are new vending machines. In fact, I'm working on an ebook even as we speak about simple ways to make money, and one of those is getting used arcade machines and putting them up, locally. You'll make good money. And I go into all that in the ebook, and I'll let you know when that's coming out and when it's done. And I'll be selling that on eBay and advertising it in other places as well. So, stick with me because I'm here to help. And I go by the philosophy, I can't get what I want unless I help you get what you want. I help others get what they want. So there's your business tip from me right now, and I'm gonna put the links in that I said, the link I said I would put in, and here, look at this one. I want you to look at this real quick. Big money creating personalized products. That's a business, and you'll get the equipment. Now, you need to have some startup capital if you're going to even think about this business, but it's a legitimate business. It's not a blind ad. I'm glad to see that a majority of the ads here now are no longer blind ads. Now, in the little classified sections, I wouldn't trust everything that's there. I got to be honest with you. They are little classified sections, so they're not spending as much money on the classified sections as they are a full one-page or two-page ad, where it's not a blind ad in those, and they're more upfront, and they're describing what they're selling. So keep that in mind. Anywho, let me shut this real quick, stop this video now so I don't go over time, and I'll catch you later. Thanks, and remember, please subscribe, and your comments would be very nice.